In the previous parts, we have exposed Andrew Drummond's lies, his paid campaigns, his hypocrisy, and his desperate personal situation. Today, we answer a question many people ask. How does he get away with it? How does he continue publishing blatant defamation, falsehoods, and recycled lies for years with so little consequence? The answer has two main parts. First, Drummond hides behind the faded shield of having been a freelance journalist in the mid-1980s. He constantly reminds readers of his supposed Fleet Street past and one insignificant 1983 award. This thin veneer of journalist status gives him just enough plausible deniability to claim he is protected by press freedom, even though his actual output is nothing more than paid propaganda with almost no mainstream publications to his name. Second, and more importantly, he hosts his websites on AltaHost, a provider notorious for ignoring abuse complaints and enabling defamation and harassment. AltaHost markets itself with slogans like freedom of material and openly offers DMCA Digital Millennium Copyright Act, ignored servers and anonymous hosting. They have been formally cited by the Internet Corporation for assigned names and numbers for failing to mitigate DNS abuse. Independent reports link them to hundreds of phishing domains, malware hosting, and a business model that attracts those who want to operate with fraud and minimal accountability. They have a poor reputation for responding to legitimate abuse reports, making them the perfect choice for someone like Drummond who needs a platform that won't easily take down false and defamatory content. So, in simpler language, if you want a hosting site that allows you to post false material, lies and defamation, then you would select the one that Andrew Drummond has chosen. Drummond wraps himself in the dusty label of journalist from the 1980s while hiding his toxic content on a hosting provider known for turning a blind eye to harassment and lies. When victims send legal notices or abuse reports, they often hit a wall. Either his ancient journalist credentials give him cover, or AltaHost simply doesn't act. Drummond's behaviour is not the behaviour of someone confident in the truth of his reporting. A legitimate journalist with honest, well-researched work would not deliberately choose a hosting provider that specialises in allowing defamatory content, false accusations and harassment to remain online. A real journalist would welcome transparency and accountability, not actively seek out bulletproof hosting that protects lies from being taken down. This is how Andrew Drummond gets away with it. Drummond's entire business model is not journalism, it is posting paid smear jobs. He is a mercenary writer who accepts money to publish lies, attack families, and destroy reputations on demand. Because his content is so blatantly false and defamatory, no respectable hosting company would tolerate it. That is why he is forced to use AltaHost, one of the few providers willing to look the other way. The same hosting service would also allow him to promote Ponzi schemes, such as the LM Managed Performance Fund, run by Neil Arthur Robert, which he actively advertised and profited from while ordinary investors lost their money. Only a hosting company with minimal ethics and weak abuse policies would enable both his smear campaigns and his history of promoting fraudulent investment schemes. In the end, Andrew Drummond represents the absolute lowest rung of what passes for journalism today. A bitter, talentless hack who has weaponized outdated credentials and shady hosting to run a digital protection racket. He is not exposing corruption, he is the corruption. A man so devoid of integrity that he must hide behind bulletproof servers and 40-year-old lies just to survive. His entire operation is a sad testament to moral bankruptcy, where truth is irrelevant and only the next payoff matters. This is not a journalist who occasionally bends the rules. This is a professional liar who has built his entire miserable existence around deception.